Okay, let me cut off these commercials. And we got 20 seconds.
Okay, thank you.
All right, we got 10 seconds. I'm going to let you hear Mitch's beautiful voice.
Its management, employees, or affiliates.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM. Joining our live stream audience there, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope TV, LinkedIn Live, and wherever you're at, we want to say thank you. If you're in the car, just tuning in to our beautiful radio station, we appreciate you. Don't forget to download the app. It's free. KMT 1490 AM, available on the every store, Google Store, the App Store for your iPhone, and then some. We got Mr. Jesse there. Good morning, Jesse.
Good morning.
So the national day of sorts is National Mario Day, National Pack Your Lunch Day, National Women and Girls HIV/AIDS Awareness Day, and National Registered Dietitian Nutritionist Day. Of these, which will you want to find out more about?
Wait, what was that first one? I think that you got me on that one.
I knew it. I was like, darn it, he's not even going to want to talk about National Women and Girls HIV/AIDS Awareness Day. National Mario Day. National Mario Day is the, it's a fun day to recognize, obviously, an iconic character from a popular video game. The character known today as Mario first appeared in what game in 1981, Jesse?
Donkey Kong.
There you go. Dun 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 dun. Remember the game shows whenever you get it right. So there you go. Dedicated fans knew Mario before his time as a plumber. At his creation, Donkey Kong portrays Mario as a carpenter named what name?
Ooh, I don't know. I want to say it's something weird.
Something weird. It was Jumpman. He was known as Jumpman.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Hey, yo, Mr. Jumpman. Woo-hoo, that's me. Reinvents himself as an Italian plumber who rescues princesses. Yes, Italian plumbers Mario and his brother Luigi face numerous obstacles in the games produced by Nintendo. Over the years, gamers helped Mario cross several different landscapes to rescue, remember Princess Toadstool or Princess Peach? Makes you wonder which princess ended up with him, right? Which, or did he just, I'm a Mario, I just save for princesses, would you like some pizza pie?
Right? It kind of sounds like Mario's been getting around over these past couple years.
I know. Does he share with Luigi? Does Luigi ever get to go out with anybody? Or what is the deal? Is Mario the one that, I wonder at what point Luigi came in, right?
Right? I don't know. Good question.
So according to this, here are some fun facts about Mario. Similar to Michael Michaels or Adam Adams, Mario's last name is what?
Oh, it's a Mario.
Mario. Yes, Luigi and Mario are known as the Mario brothers, making Mario's last name Mario. Maybe there's a reason National Blueberry Popover Day shares the same date. Mario pops up in all sorts of other video games. With over 210 million copies of the Mario games sold, Mario ranks as one of the most popular video games of all time. So how do you celebrate it? Just hashtag National Mario Day. And there you go. So, and then there's this, which I think is important as well. HIV Awareness Day. It's important for everybody to remember, again, have your fun, but be careful out there, right? That's numero uno. A lot of people sometimes forget about that. According to the CDC, HIV diagnoses in women are down 21%. However, in 2017, over 7,000 new cases were reported. When it comes to HIV, abstinence, of course, is the only way to prevent HIV. Some important facts that you need to know. Condom use reduces the risk of infection. Use one every time. Testing is the only way to know for sure if you have HIV. Pre-exposure prophylaxis offers hope for couples in relationships where one partner has HIV and the other does not. Make sure to speak to your doctor about that. Don't put off medical care, even if you already know your status. Putting off needed care may compromise your health in really bad ways. If you or someone you know is not seeking help out of fear of violence or rejection, call the domestic violence hotline at 1-800-799-SAFE. That's 1-800-799-SAFE. they can help you there as well. As far as medicine, it's come a long way. If you're pregnant, though, the risk of passing it to your baby is still very much there. It says here less than 1%, but I've met a young one who was born with, and even if that's a 1%, I've met that. And that's a difficult thing to grow up. She didn't think she was going to last till past 12. Thankfully, she's, I think, 23 at the time, but the amount of medication she has to take and everything being born with it's no fun suit. So there you go. HIV is spread through sharing needles, syringes, or other equipment. Never share needles. It increases your risk of infections. And if you live with HIV, take your medication daily. It reduces your viral load, and lowers the chance of transmitting HIV during sex to an HIV negative partner. So there you go. If you want more information, go to womenshealth.gov and you'll find out all the information right there. Very important information, right, Jesse?
Oh yeah, very important. If there's a lot of people are just ashamed of it. Just go there, get it done.
Yeah, and it's better to be open about that than to just transmit it just willy-nilly there. So we got Rosalie tuning in, says happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to you, Rosalie. Stephanie Reed says hello, happy editing this glorious sunshine day for today's awesome busy day ahead. Let's see. We've got Rosalie says Bowser probably got all three, Peach, Daisy, and Rosa Luna. You know the good guy never ends up with the girl. That's right. That's right, Mr. They're mine. Yeah, what are you doing with your off time? That's what I want to say to Bowser. And there you go. Maria says, yes, I have a great cousin who is born with it too. So I don't pay attention to the whole statistical thing because it's like, they kind of minimize and you're like, oh, no, it's fine. Then you're the 1%. So you're like, am I a rarity or an oddity or what? And you're like, well, now I got to deal with it. So there you go. All right. We got lots of really fun stuff coming up around the corner. A little bit later, we're actually going to be talking to an entrepreneur of sorts, which is a serial entrepreneur offering his blueprint to business success, your guide to disrupting the business world. Success is yours if you want it to be. That's according to Scott Andrew, who, along with his wife, Daphne, has built more than 30 different national and international businesses in the multi-million-dollar playing field. He's putting it all in a book called The Rugged Entrepreneur, What Every Disruptive Business Leader Should Know. He describes what it takes to achieve your dreams, share a wealth of personal stories to motivate and inspire. So we're going to be talking to him a little bit later. Also around the corner, super excited about this, Hispanicize. It's an event that's coming up, and it's one that you can actually go and register right now. It is all going to happen very locally. And actually, Hispanicize, I've been to a couple of these events. It's going to be a big event this coming Friday. It's a free virtual summit dedicated to COVID-19 recovery, featuring, yes, none other than Dr. Anthony Fauci. So we're going to have Ben de Jesus, who's going to be joining us just around the corner, talking about this subject. And then we'll be talking about all the stuff that Hispanicize and everybody is doing. It's free virtual viewing, so you could tune in for free. And we'll talk about that around the corner. Also for free, I want to start promoting this because I'm a little late to the game there. But I will say there is a Hispanic Motor Press award show that I'm super happy and honored to host with Ricardo Rodriguez. We've had him on the show a couple of times. And we're going to be handing out awards quite virtually to manufacturers, Ford, Toyota, Kia, Hyundai. They all make an appearance on our program. So it's a full hour of an award show, which a lot of cool cars. Some of the cars you'll be able to see which one wins, which one doesn't, which one gets nominated, which one doesn't. And then some. It's all going to be featured tomorrow. If you want to follow that, follow it on social media, Hispanic Motor Press. I'll make sure to post the link for that. It's going to be a really fantastic award show. And so I'm super honored and excited to have been asked to host it, and of course have fun with it. So there you go. All right, people, we're going to take a quick break here on the morning show. When we get back, Ben de Jesus coming up around the corner. Stay tuned for more right after these messages.
Okay, we're on break. I figure you need to set everything up.
Yeah, I'm trying. Oh, that is him, Ben de Jesus one. Okay. Well, how come it's not working?
Camille says she needs to be out or he needs to be out by a hard 8:30.
Okay. All right. Because we have our other interview at 8:30. That'll work even better. Okay. Well, that's good.
Oh, someone's
Yeah, I
calling.
might have to call because I cannot get him on Skype.
Aaron,
Yes.
Ben might have sent a hello.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
He's not seeing it.
I'll call him again, but it's not working.
Yeah, I let him know that. Yeah, he's calling him, but there's no answer. Yeah, we can do the phone. Yep.
Let me try this one.
Okay.
There's like 3 different Ben de Jesuses, so
Yeah, it's the number one. She says she's gonna try and connect him through the phone.
yeah, it says
Is
unavailable.
that okay? Okay, yeah, she's gonna connect him through the phone.
Okay. Put another minute on.
Yep, doing that now. Yes.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Okay, he's on the line. We have 30 seconds.
All right, thank you. Yeah, that was my fault.
Ten seconds, and we'll let you hear.
Okay, thank you.
Answer early, like they did with my mom. Donate today. 800-781-0965. That's 800-781-0965.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Glad to have you with us. Social media is where it's at. Hispanicize is also where it's at. Big event coming up this Friday. Spending time with us right now is Ben de Jesus, who I know as a fantastic filmmaker who already got like every award he got nominated on. Ben, how's it going over there?
How are you, Aaron? Good to be here, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, good to have you. Last time I saw, I think it was at the Imagen Awards, and I said, oh, man, he's going to get it. It's going to be simple. You got pretty much every award. We had you on the show, I think, late last year, talking about your great stuff with Leguizamo, but now you didn't talk to me about this coming up. What's going on over there with Hispanicize?
Yeah, well, I'm part of a company called NGO Collective, and there's a few partners of us that run it, including John Leguizamo, and we're really committed to the Latinx story and just kind of showcasing Latinx stories. And one of the companies we have is called Hispanicize, and this week we're having a huge conference centered around COVID recovery. So we're excited to share that and invite everybody.
Well, and I'm glad you're doing this because there's a lot of questions, obviously, when it comes to vaccinations and recovering. And I understand, how is it that you got Dr. Anthony Fauci, the man of the hour?
Well, we told his office what our mission was, and we're working really closely with the Ad Council on their COVID initiatives. And we made the invitation, and he was gracious enough to accept, and we're excited to have him on this week.
Okay, first of all, that's fantastic. I got to say, I've appreciated him for quite some time. I'm not going to go into the political arena. However, I would imagine somebody's going to ask a question on that. My question to you, Ben, obviously is, going forward, Hispanicize in last year's has been different at every single event, but I understand it is run by a different organization, which I think is kind of important to bring out, and what the collective there is doing.
Sure. Well, yeah, like I mentioned, we have a company called NGL Collective, and it stands for New Generation Latino Collective. And we're, like I said, we're focused on like the Latinx story and the narrative. And we acquired this company, Hispanicize, about a year and a half ago. And Hispanicize, for people who don't know, was the largest gathering of Latinx content creators and influencers and bloggers and YouTubers and all that great stuff. But when the pandemic hit, we obviously had to pivot and did it to a virtual summit where the entire public is invited for free, which is a departure from how it used to be.
No, I'm glad you're doing that, because I went about 2 or 3 years back. I remember they had The Trolls was coming out, and it was in an area in LA, and oftentimes they would have it in Florida, where I was like, oh, come on, I can't make it all the way out there. So I would get kind of bummed. I'd see their virtual series. But I will say what is happening over there, I think, is a really good movement. Again, you've got some pretty big heavy hitters over there helping out and moving things along. What do you see or foresee happening? Because I understand you're kind of in charge of the studio portion of it, which makes sense because of your filmmaking abilities.
Yeah, so what it is, it's an all-day, well, actually, it's a half-day event this Friday, and it takes place live. We film it out of LA studios, and we have our host, Enrique Sapene, and Jess Flores, who they anchor the entire day, and it's a bunch of great informative panels, including the one with Fauci and other people. And yeah, I mean, it's just something that's meant to really bring resources and information to the community, because a lot of people may know this, but, Latinos and people of color have really been hit harder than anybody else when it comes to this pandemic. So we figured it was time to give back and share the information that's important.
Yeah, I'm looking at this again. The Hispanicize 11th year. That's a lot of years to go through. But at the same time, let's talk about the virtual event, because we're starting to see more of these virtual events happening. It's free to attend, so that's always nice. You just have to register. Where do we go to register?
You can register for free at Hispanicize.com. And it's great. You mentioned that a lot of companies are going virtual, et cetera. Like at our biggest year with Hispanicize, it was in person, obviously, and it would be about 1,500 to 2,000 people attending. Yeah. Now our virtual events get about 12,000 plus.
Wow.
So it's sometimes you have to pivot, whether you want to or not, and it comes out better sometimes on the other end. So I think we've been able to reach and touch more people. So I think that's.
Well, I'm glad you're bringing that up, because it is true what you're saying. There's a lot of information out there, and the information is always changing. For example, I think I saw a list of about 10 different vaccines that are still being worked upon that aren't at the approval status. Johnson & Johnson being the most recent one. Other ones are still coming up around the corner. There's so many different variables when it comes to the coronavirus, and not one size fits all. Now you got different strains, you got different things about that. Is the audience going to be able to ask questions, or are they preset questions for Dr. Fauci? How does that work?
It's a little bit of both. There's going to be like a live chat component, so they can be asking questions in the chat in real time, and we'll answer as many of them as we can get to. And then if people don't attend, we'll obviously post all the panels online, so people can go back and really dig into all the panels and see what they need to know. But more than anything, people should realize this is, vaccines are not a new thing. They've been around for many, many years, and you can't even put your kids in school without certain vaccines. So it's just a matter of trying to dispel all the myths and kind of assumptions that people have about it.
Yeah, this according to this, it's up to you is the headline there, and obviously it's up to you A, to sign up for free, B, to watch for free, and then C, to get the information and pass it along. Right now, with you and your family, as soon as coronavirus hit, and obviously filmmaking starting to take a different turn. I know in LA and Hollywood, obviously productions kind of ceased to exist almost quickly because of different protocols and or standards. How have you pivoted over there? It sounds like you're doing good, but it sounds like obviously there's things that we all want to happen.
I mean, we're doing the best we can. I mean, we've been fortunate. We've been able to film following the COVID guidelines, etc. But we've been okay. We've been, there's a lot of other companies out there that are worse off. So we're really grateful that we've been able to survive, and not just survive, but we're finding a way to thrive. But in terms of filming, I miss it. I miss the days of just being able to film and have our masks off and hug each other and all that good stuff like everybody else. But we got to pay the price now so that, the long term is better for everyone.
Well, to the NGL Collective, who are doing some pretty cool stuff over there, I want to say thank you. Keep doing what you're doing over there. And really quick question, obviously, with Leguizamo. I understand, by the way, you won, like, how many awards? Like 20 of them? Do you put them all in one place, or how do you do that?
No, barely. No, I was fortunate. I did win the Imagen that night. So
yeah.
You were my luck charm. So you got to come to my next one.
You're welcome.
But we nominated for a documentary for Raul Julia for an Emmy, and unfortunately, that one we lost to Michael Jordan, as many others have before.
Michael Jordan. So, you know what? Can he just stay in his court? Seriously, why does he have to get into our court? I'm just joking. No, that's a good one to lose to, right?
Yeah, exactly. No, it was good. If you're gonna lose, you might as well lose to the greatest.
Exactly. That's how you roll with it. You're like, look, man, if I'm gonna lose to anybody, it's gonna be MJ. All right, buddy. I want to say thank you very much. Again, for those that are tuning in, where do they go?
They go to Hispanicize.com and you can register for free. And the event is this Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard, 9 a.m. Pacific. So see you
right
there.
After the morning show. How cool is that? We'll definitely remind people. Thank you very much, Ben, for spending time with us here on the morning show.
Appreciate it, Aaron. Take care.
All right, you too. Ben De Jesus, go check him out. He's got an amazing documentary with Leguizamo, and I think he won all kinds of awards. I can't keep up with the guy. But now he's doing some pretty cool stuff with the NGL Collective, doing great stuff when it comes to, again, spreading information that is real and genuine. We're going to take a quick break here on the morning show. We'll be right back with more right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Who is the Atua Man? Can you imagine exploring spiritual consciousness through an exotic action-adventure story? Illuminated in this self-discovery novel by John Stevenson. Dive into the page-turning epic hero's journey, weaving together high action with spiritual revelation. Join the Atua Man and his colorful cohorts as they travel through the majestic Hawaii, the hidden mysteries of Polynesia, and the intrigue, starting with the mysterious healing that breeds chaos in London. This journey guides us through the trials of living in the material world, arriving into enlightened consciousness, perhaps glimpse into the fabric of creation. How is the Atua Man affected by the global healing ministry surrounding him? How does he navigate the complexities of love, forgiveness, life and death, wealth and power? Find out in John Stevenson's TheAtuaMan.com, Apple Books, Amazon, Barnes & Noble.
And its purity is guaranteed. Try it on salads and popcorn. It tastes like lemon, not fishy. As for Carlson, the very finest fish oil at finer health food stores today.
Are you a self-published author that maybe underestimated the challenges of marketing your own book? I'm Suzanne Lynn, and we help authors sell more books through video interviews and radio advertising. You see, a professional video interview is really an author's secret weapon for marketing because it makes an emotional connection with your reader that can be posted to social media, YouTube, your book's landing page and website, your Amazon author page, and even sent to media to request interviews. We guarantee that video interview will be viewed by a minimum of 3,000 people in your target audience. And let's face it, no one can sell your book better than you speaking about it yourself. Plus, we can run commercials on our nationwide network of radio stations that targets your specific reading audience. Find out more at GiveMyBookWings.com. That's GiveMyBookWings.com. Again, GiveMyBookWings.com.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Joining our live stream audience there, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope TV, LinkedIn, and much, much more. Are you wondering, especially during this time that we're currently living in, where business is going? Well, if you need a bit of a blueprint to success, I've got with us right now somebody who is known as the rugged entrepreneur, what every disruptive business leader should know. In his latest book, he breaks it down for each and everybody over there. Carlton Scott Andrew is here with us. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Good morning and glad to be with you.
Yeah, no, thank you. Look, obviously, there are people sometimes that talk about success, and then there are others that live the success. I understand you and your woman over there, Daphne, have built more than 30 national and international businesses. What kind of businesses are these, first of all?
Well, and they didn't all make it national, international. Several of them had, but we've done everything from rodeo production to beverage wholesale and beverage manufacturing with a distillery, a beer distributorship, to we've got a company that scales franchises that's very successful. It's 450 plus box shop stores across 47 states. And BioPure Services is a microbial germ remediation company that obviously was in good timing for COVID as we were building it out. But we've done everything from real estate development to rodeo production, from making moonshine to distributing beer and soft drinks.
You know, I love it already because it sounds like you're having a lot of fun. I have to say this though, as with every success story, there are often the kick you on, well, kind of like the rodeo, right? Like if you know anything about riding a bull and or a horse, when they kick you off, you got to get back up no matter how painful it is, right?
I've been thrown off a bull and it was painful, but I've seen people have it done worse, and failure is going to happen. That's why the word rugged comes into play. And that rodeo production company that we had, for as much fun as it was and how hard Daphne and I worked, we probably would have been smarter to buy a ranch, because it was one of the ones that never made money. And sometimes your ego makes you hang on to something longer than you ought to in hopes that it will. And that's one of those lessons you learn along the way if you plan on building multiple companies.
Well, I love it that you've done this. I don't know how long you did it on your own before you met your lady and then are doing it together. But I gotta ask, you know, because sometimes during times like that, you know, it can break marriages in some circles, and then in others it can make it stronger. So you've got success on both lines, it sounds like.
Yeah, I grew up in an entrepreneurial family, so I pretty much consider myself unemployable. I did work in corporate mergers and acquisitions for Nations Bank before it became Bank of America for about 4 years, but I'd already started 2 companies, and I went to work for them to learn more about mergers and acquisitions, finance as a whole. So I've done it both ways, and it's easier. That marital dynamic you're talking about, it's not for everybody. We actually have a metric in our franchising umbrella company where we call it a twofer, and 1 + 1 that can work together business wise is effectively, and there's lots of them as Daphne and I do, we call it a twofer where 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, it equals 11, which is 5 times greater than 2. And we actually consider that in a factor as to whether we'll grant somebody a franchise in our franchise scaling company. it's a positive factor. It's not a must, but it's a +8, so to speak.
Well, and it helps to have the whole family involved, right? I've seen certain organizations where both husband and wife can work together. And I always say this, and I don't know about you, but I always say, at least for me, I've got more like maybe a 3-track mind, but women happen to have like an 18-track mind. Does that make sense?
Well, they're certainly generally more creative and can help. Most businesses need help in marketing, and your world is in media. It's evolved so fast the last 15 years. So having a creative partner that can have a better gut feeling, if you will, about how social media feels to them and how your branding in the different media spaces are, whether they're free on something like Facebook or whether you're paying for them on a radio or a television stream. A lot of times I believe women have a stronger creative sense of the culture as a whole around them. So it's a multiplier effect. It's not that men don't have it, but it's a great add-on.
Yeah. Okay. So I got a question, obviously, that I know our audience is just rearing to go there on the question. Success when it comes to business. So during this current situation that we find ourselves in internationally, I always take people back to the Great Depression. And during the Great Depression, there were a lot of industries and businesses that started up because of the situation that people found themselves in. Granted, there were a lot of businesses that closed, but it was also a great entrepreneurial opportunity to say, okay, given the situation that we're in, as things are starting to scale down, now's a better time to go, okay, let's reevaluate and let's move forward. What's your advice during this very interesting transition where we're seeing a lot of businesses fail, but other businesses are starting to pop up and actually do quite well for themselves?
Well, it would be, and we actually exercised it in the COVID year. I had the book finished before, and the publisher, very smart man, Jonathan Murr, said, look, it's a presidential election. It's going to be crazy. Now, he didn't know COVID was coming, which made it more crazy. He said, wait till after that and let some of the publishing craziness die down. And I said, okay, you're the expert. I'll do it. But in the book, I talk about chaos is always an opportunity. And most of the world gets caught up in chaos and they get frozen with a little bit of fear, or they're waiting for somebody else to tell them how to get through it. But really, there's always an enormous amount of opportunity in chaos. And you brought up the Great Depression, and that was such a horrible time. I obviously wasn't there, but we had Hoovervilles all over the country, thousands of people unemployed. It was the most chaotic time of all times. It literally took World War II and our manufacturing capabilities to start pulling us up and out of that time. So this is a crazy, chaotic time. I hope we never see one like it again. But if you learn how to start organizing chaos and seeing, like we quickly pivoted our mattress and furniture franchise to make them essential for some of the products and services they offered. Out of 400 plus stores, we only had to have 30 that were closed. We had to set up a legal team that would quickly read and analyze any state, county, or city regulations, because there was no federal regulation, one size fits all. Different states and cities and counties were all creating their own. It was chaotic at best, and lots of people were just closing down. So we were able to pivot and create a strategy to keep that business open. And in a market space in brick and mortar retail, it was down about 15% last year. We were up 51%, Box Shop was. And you have to look for the chaos. Like another one last year that happened that we saw early, and we're doing some work with ETSU on it to develop the Eastern Tennessee region, was how COVID was going to magnify stay-at-home working, which was already a benefit. But we factor 20 to 30% of businesses now are going to have a large number of people who can work remotely, either permanent, and it's a dynamic of opportunity that's changing higher education, changing businesses that can factor that into their game plan for recruiting, and it's an opportunity point. So you have to learn to look at chaos as to how to pivot your own company or start something new inside your company that capitalizes on the opportunity in that chaos.
I appreciate it so much. I know you got other places to be. The Rugged Entrepreneur is on sale right now. You can get it or visit ruggedentrepreneur.com. Thank you very much, Scott, for spending time with us here on the morning show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. All right. Scott Andrew, again, doing some pretty cool stuff. Very real, very true, and very chaotic. No, I'm just kidding. He knows how to turn chaos into order. If you can work through chaos, in your own life, you can manage things no matter what is thrown at you. And that is a good time to be in because it really tests your grit, quite literally. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back right after these messages with more. Stay tuned.
Tried shipping a package lately? It's amazing how difficult and time-consuming it can be. Packing envelopes, boxes, second-day ground, next-day air, it's all enough to give you a headache. Next time, do yourself a favor, go with the pros at the UPS store in Beaumont. They'll pack it right and let you know all your shipping options. You can also take care of everyday tasks like copies, faxing, notary services, and live scan fingerprinting. And while you're there, pay your Edison, gas company, and Verizon bills. Open extended hours Monday through Saturday. The UPS store in Beaumont, located in the Oak Valley Plaza at 1440 Beaumont Avenue. Call 951-769-5956. That's 951-769-5956. Online at the upsstorelocal.com/5027 or Google 5027.
Your health truly is the greatest gift. At U-Theory, quality of life is at the heart of every product we make. From farm to shelf, we travel the world to source the purest, most efficacious, and clinically studied ingredients to create science-backed supplements that support beauty, emotional, digestive, and physical well-being. All U-Theory products are manufactured at our Southern California facility, ensuring the highest quality standards every step of the way. As a family-owned company, we celebrate the power of human potential with a mission to inspire wellness in all. Try U-Theory Immune Plus Daily Wellness, 100% daily values of vitamin C, D3, and zinc. Go beyond the you of today and catch the you of tomorrow. U-Theory.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM. I think this is one of those shows where you kind of go, you know what? I got a lot to do. I got to go register for Hispanicize. That's number one. Number two, I got to go get that book. That's number two. Got to be prepared for the Hispanic Motor Press, which is happening as of tomorrow at 5 o'clock live online as well. I'll be hosting the award show where we're going to be handing out a lot of cool awards to top manufacturers and vehicles specifically, because let's face it, not all vehicles are created equally. And Jesse, I got you over there. We got a chance to try one of the vehicles. Sometimes I know I get asked all the time, why do I get certain vehicles? But I'm on a judging committee, which actually we have to judge which vehicles are good. But you know, of the which, by the way, the RAV4 Prime, which I got a chance to take you to lunch with, and that's one of the nominees, by the way. So how cool is that?
That's really cool. I'm not gonna lie, that's a really nice car. It was really smooth, and I don't know if people know this, but like there's like an imaginary brake on the top of the car. I was pulling that a lot. It's just because that car has like such amazing pickup. It's just like, oh my god, I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, it's got a lot. And the fact that it's a hybrid, a lot of the vehicles, I know one of the categories we're giving away is in the electric vehicle standpoint. Then one of them is in the technology sector, which is more of there's one which is fuel cell, right? It's clean energy, basically pretty amazing stuff. And we have 3 vehicles that are actually nominated for that. But I will say, if you have any questions there, go to HispanicMotorPress.org, which you can see all the information, what clean cars are, and what does that mean for people. The finalists, so here are some of the finalists. And some of the awards we'll be giving out. For Car Model of the Year, we nominated Kia K5, the Hyundai Elantra, and the Honda Accord. Which one will win? We will find out that pretty soon around the corner. SUV of the Year, Chevrolet Suburban, Hyundai Santa Fe, the Honda CR-V. The EV car of the year is the Ford Mach-E or the Ford Mustang Mach-E. Have you seen that vehicle, Jesse?
The Ford, I have not seen it. I've heard about it. I just haven't seen it clear. I haven't seen it in person.
Yeah, it's a beautiful vehicle, and to think that it is completely. I mean, when you think of anything electric, you kind of go, okay, they kind of don't have any style to it, right? But it's an amazing vehicle, which has more than style. It just has like beauty in it, which Mustang is known for, and I think it'll go for years as a collector's item down the line. I could just see it happening. Whether it wins or doesn't, I cannot give that information out just yet. But here it is. Check it out. And that's the Mach-E, Mustang Mach-E, all electric. And I mean, isn't that a beautiful car, Jesse?
That's all electric.
Yeah, it's all electric, and it's fast too. Usually when you think of electric, you think slow. Yeah, not this one. So there you go. So get your hands on one if you can. It's a beautiful vehicle. It really is. Let's see. That's up against the Chevrolet Bolt EV and the Kia Niro EV electric vehicle. The pickup truck of the year is the Ford F-150, the Chevrolet Silverado, and the Ram 1500. The hybrid car of the year is up 3, which includes Toyota RAV4 Prime, which is the one Jesse and I were talking about, the Honda CR-V hybrid, and the Hyundai Elantra hybrid. Which one will win? We'll find out that tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Luxury car of the year. This is, of course, one of my favorite ones to be able to give away, just because it's always fun to be in a luxury car, even if it's only for a week. The Genesis GV80, the Lincoln Aviator, and the Cadillac Escalade with the Super Cruise. Those are the top 3. I will tell you, one of my favorites is the Genesis GV80, which I actually did get a chance to ride in the vehicle. I didn't get a chance to show you that vehicle, Jesse, but man, if you look it up, the Genesis GV80 is a beauty. It's the one that I talked about where when you go over like 65 miles per hour, the seat hugs you. It kind of comes out, it inflates, and it puts you like in a race car position, and you're like, this is like fun to drive, so, and very smooth. I'm saying, I haven't tried the Aviator or the Cadillac Escalade with the Super Cruise. I've driven a Cadillac Escalade, but so there you go. So just if you got questions about that, I can tell you right now, nice vehicles. Family car of the year, Chrysler Pacifica, the Toyota Sienna, and the Buick Envision. The car technology of the year, the Toyota Mirai fuel cell, the Hyundai Nexo fuel cell, and the Honda Clarity fuel cell. Those are the next level technologies. Do you know what a fuel cell does in cars, Jesse?
No, I was actually going to ask that. What is that?
Yeah, it's a fuel cell. This is according to Wikipedia. Is an electrochemical cell that converts the chemical energy of a fuel, often hydrogen, and an oxidizing agent, often oxygen, into electricity. So basically H2O into electricity. How cool is that?
No, that's pretty cool, especially if I can just one day I just want to empty a bottle of water into the gas tank. Boom, that's my gas.
Right? I know that's kind of the idea. Actually, there's a button where you can actually. I think he said you could drink from it. I don't know. I don't know if he was joking or not, but I'm like, what's that button for? He's like, I was like, it would be cool to be like, I'm thirsty. Let it, But there you go. It runs on that. So hydrogen. It's a lot more technologically advanced than just adding water. I don't know how it works, but at least it's not, recycling trash. Like, remember in Back to the Future where you took all that trash, put it in the what was that? Like one of those mixers that it made fuel.
Oh yeah. Did I ever tell you about my experience seeing a DeLorean on the freeway?
No, tell me.
So I was driving home from dropping off my girlfriend, and I'm going down the freeway, and I spotted on the side of my eye a DeLorean. Now, a regular DeLorean doesn't shock me because I've seen one before, but this one looked exactly like from Back to the Future 2. You know, with the giant black part in the back where they feed the stuff in.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so this guy must be a fan. As I drive to catch up with it, because I wanted a closer look, because I wanted to see if he had the flux capacitor back there. I wasn't sure if I was tired or what,
You
but
saw it fly?
I swear to God, this dude had long white hair and goggles on. He looked like Doc Brown from Back to the Future.
I believe it. Some will dress up as that and take them to different comic conventions, you know, so it's a thing.
I know. I'm just like, I'm flying down the freeway trying to match his speed. I'm like, is this real?
Or it was really Doc. Great Scott. All right.
Right? I want to join you.
Berkey says, come on, man, not a Ford. Absolutely not. You know what I say? Until you've actually driven it, throw away your thoughts about Ford right now. I get it. Trust me, I get it. We've already gotten some flack as to it even being nominated, but you have to try it first. And I will say this. The president of the Hispanic Motor Press, actually, when he and I were at the automotive show, right? This was like 3 years ago, and they announced the Mustang Mach-E. And I will say he kind of like scoffed at it, going, why do you need that in an electric vehicle? Like, that makes no sense. But I will say he's come full circle, because he says, well, once you drive it, then you kind of go, okay, right? So throw away your thoughts, first of all, just based on maybe whether you don't like Ford or you do like Ford. And it's funny. I know I've had thoughts against certain manufacturers before. I'm not going to lie. The first time I stepped into a Kia Cadenza, I had this thought about Kia that was completely wrong. And I was actually sad to hear that Kia Cadenzas actually got discontinued, because the Kia Cadenza was really a beautiful vehicle to be driving in. But I've had to throw away all of my theories and ideas about certain vehicles. And then there's some vehicles I think are really amazing. And then I try another vehicle in the same category, and I'm like, never mind, it's not that amazing, you know, or manufacturing level kind of drops off, or they start putting in kind of like cheap materials, or they kind of cut back, and you kind of go, wait, what happened? So it's good organizations like this kind of call out certain things, and then, you know, amplify the good, and sometimes even call out the bad. And which if you've ever had and or listen to Ricardo here on the show, he's very realistic about certain things that works and doesn't work. Sports car of the year, here's the top 3 nominated: Dodge Challenger SRT, the Ford Mustang, and the Chevrolet Corvette. So these are the top 3 that are nominated. Why do you have a question mark on your face there, Jesse?
Chevy makes Corvettes? I don't know. I don't know anything about cars. So I was just like, okay, is that the brand that makes it?
Oh, you didn't know? I was like,
I don't know. My car knowledge is that of a toddler. I know
that of a toddler. Okay, let me show you this beautiful.
Because whenever I hear Corvette, I hear Corvette, but I don't hear Chevy Corvette.
Oh, you know what? That's true. Nobody ever talks about that, huh? Yeah, you're right, actually. I'm going to show you a Chevrolet Corvette, which is the latest one, the 2021, okay, which is a beautiful design. And they revamped the Corvette. And I will say, as far as the Corvette goes, this is, I like Corvettes. I already like Corvettes, right? But the reality is, you're right. Now that I think about it, there are some manufacturers that you don't even know what makes what, because either they've rebranded it, or, you know, they're the same one. You're like, wait, that's a Toyota. Like Lexus is a Toyota technically, right? So did you know that? No, you didn't know that. See, it's not Lexus. It's a branch of Toyota, but whatever. But there you go. That is the beautiful new Chevrolet Corvette.
Ooh, that looks cool. I'm pretty sure I won't be able to fit in there, but it looks cool.
It is fast. That's the biggest part. So that's got some, some wherewithal there. And then Adventure Car of the Year. This is a fun one. The Jeep Gladiator Mojave, the Ram TRX, and the Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro. Those are of the top 10 categories that will be releasing that information tomorrow right online. I'll be streaming it live on Facebook. So if you have anything to do at 5 o'clock, make sure that you at least save some time to be able to watch it. And definitely bring your comments throughout the show. We'll definitely feature each and every comment that is appropriate, obviously. Let's see. Maria says there, social media from Canada says, speaking of Back to the Future, scientists invent a real life flux capacitor, but not for time travel. The 28 flux capacitor, Back to the Future quantum computing HTML is where you can find it at engadget.com. So go search that and find some cool stuff there. So there you go. Look, a lot of really cool stuff. Let's see. Al Genius says theme song should be Prince song, Little Red Corvette, when they introduce it. So there you go. All right. Thank you for the intro and the information. All right, people, we've run out of time. Go check it out. The Hispanicize event is where it's at. Register for free at hispanicize.org. We'll see you tomorrow, actually. Bye, everyone. All right. For those of you wondering, here it is. Check it out. That's hispanicize.com. I apologize there. I'm so used to so many .org. So there you go. Hispanicize.com/depende. There you go. Up to you. So, all right, people, I appreciate you. I know my Spanish is so weak. I apologize to all those that are Latin and then some. So there you go. We appreciate each and every one of you. If you've got a question for us, let us know on social media. Again, I'm out of time today, but we'll see you tomorrow. And don't forget, again, it is the Hispanic Motor Press Awards coming up tomorrow. I'm so excited about this because we did it really big this time. And being, even though it is, COVID and all that, I said, you know what, let's put this together in such a way that it makes a lot of sense for a lot of people. So I think you're going to enjoy it. It's a full hour long, and we will announce the winners in true Oscar award style. So there you go. Make it a great day, whatever you do. Remember, life is worth living. So live it well. Bye-bye, everyone.